Good evening, everyone, and happy Friday. Hope you guys are all having a great week. It's Friday evening, August 16th. I'm Blair Miller here on the First Alert Desk for Atlanta News First. Again, hope you've had a great week. And it's been certainly hot out there, and some storms are actually moving through the area. I'm going to give a quick look at what Patrick Pete is working on right now. Here's a quick look at the radar. We'll touch base with your Patrick Pete here in a few minutes, who's tracking some of the storms in the area here at the 8 o'clock hour, and saying it could be a pretty active night, and we'll have to talk about the forecast here, what's happening this weekend. But we'll get to Patrick Pete here in a few minutes, but I want to break down some of the stories that are happening out there tonight because here in the newsroom, pretty busy looking at some of the top stories of the day. And here's Tracy Hutchins with a look at what's been some of the top stories out there here earlier today.
Donald Trump already taking shots at the new proposals. Georgia voters keeping a close watch ahead of next week's Democratic National Convention. A suspected drug dealer behind bars accused of selling fentanyl to a man who overdosed and died. Emory Clark is charged with manslaughter in the death of Christian Howell in Gwinnett County. More books removed from Cobb County school libraries. District leaders say they're taking the titles off shelves to prevent children from reading sexually explicit content. The nation's largest summer COVID wave in at least 2 years. Experts with the Atlanta-based CDC say it's due to waning immunity and new variants. A limited edition Georgia Bulldog could be yours. Exclusive bobbleheads commemorating UGA's spot on the top of the preseason ranking on sale now. Romanian gymnast Ana Barbusu receives her Olympic bronze medal days after a court ruling ripped the award away from Team USA's Jordan Childs. A busy road in the heart of the city shutting back down this Sunday. Atlanta Streets Alive returns to Midtown.
And those are some of the top stories we are following here today, here in our newsroom. And, one of the other big ones is out there tonight is a kidnapping case we're following all day long here in our newsroom. And this involved a 2-month-old that was found in a car. This all playing out in Clayton County, and there was an arrest here that was breaking during our 6 o'clock newscast a little earlier. And now we know that a teenager is behind bars. Again, all this playing out in Clayton County. And we know that 2-month-old has been reunited with her family after an alleged kidnapping and a police chase in Clayton County. And our Brittany Ford was out there earlier today. Here's some of what she found.
I'm Brittany Ford in Clayton County, where a suspect's in custody after stealing a car with a 2-month-old baby inside. This is 17-year-old Jonathan Johnson, who is currently in custody. Authorities say Johnson stole a silver Acura with a 2-month-old baby inside at the Southway Shopping Center in Jonesboro. Investigators later spotted the car, and that's when Johnson led officers on a chase where he crashed the car and ran on foot. He was later taken into custody. Police say the baby was found behind a dumpster at a nearby apartment complex.
A very close call there in Clayton County earlier today. That report from Brittany Ford. Again, that 2-month-old is back with her family tonight. As I mentioned here at the top of the stream, we're tracking some storms that are moving through the area, and we have a First Alert Weather Day happening this Sunday. I want to bring in meteorologist Patrick Pete, who's been tracking all this today. I don't have our fancy double boxes up here, so you have to step on in. But, in some parts it really looks pretty out there right now, pretty sunset. But, it's pretty messy for some people right now. I'll move on out of the way for you.
Yeah, guys, good evening. Happy Friday. Listen, y'all, we have made it to the end of the week. Life is a hoot. We are tracking this line of storms across portions of North Georgia. You can see that line. No active warnings right now, but you can see that thunderstorm really blowing up right now over Calhoun out in Gordon County. Some of these thunderstorms have been producing some 40 miles per hour wind gusts. So this is something that we are continuing to monitor in the First Alert Weather Center. I am just switching something over real quick for you guys, and then we can dive right into the mathematics of it all. But feel free to ask any questions that you may have in the chat if you're following us on YouTube. I know that we have some folks that are joining us on YouTube, other folks. Actually, I guess no one is joining us on YouTube, but you guys are at home, so we'll roll with it. All righty. So good evening. Here is that line of storms pushing through the area. No active warnings, of course, but winds gusting 40 miles per hour, heavy downpours, lots of lightning. There's been some improvement in this line. If you were with us during the 7 o'clock newscast, we actually had a severe thunderstorm warning for Gordon, Chattooga, and Floyd counties. These storms have weakened a little bit, but still packing a punch. And as you can see, that's like 200-something lightning strikes. So still a very aggressive line of storms that will be pushing towards the south and east over the next couple of hours. So I expect that to fully make its way into North Metro over the course of the next hour. Actually less than an hour, we'll start to see that digging further down, moving through the city at around 10 o'clock. Now, the guidance has this trending weaker as we head through the overnight, but we still can't rule out a stray shower, maybe even a stray rumble as late as midnight, but then we trend drier as we head into the start of the day tomorrow. We are watching for some isolated strong storms again tomorrow, and it's pretty much going to be the same areas that saw those storms earlier today, the ones that are seeing it now. Level 1 out of 5 for all of these communities, including portions of North and Northwest Metro. Damaging wind gusts will be the primary concern. There's also going to be some of these thunderstorms that produce a lot of lightning. It will not be as cohesive of a line as what we're seeing out there right now. Here's a look at the 7 o'clock timestamp, and we're partly cloudy, mainly dry in the morning, and even dry into the lunchtime hours. So if you were thinking about maybe stepping out for brunch, lunch, good idea to get out at around 11, 12, because later we get into the afternoon, things will start to fire up. 3, 4, 5 o'clock, these showers and thunderstorms will start to bubble through the region. You can see they're scattered. They're out there. They're just not everywhere. Some folks won't even see any rain or storms on Saturday. This is why we tell you to have the First Alert Weather app when this is just kind of like unorganized storms blowing up here or there. We'll send you that alert. Hey, lightning is 11.2 miles away from you or wherever it is. We can alert you to all of that. And then, of course, if there are any active warnings or watches that are issued, we will let you know. Temperatures still soaring into the lower 90s tomorrow, despite the showers and storms. And then Sunday is a First Alert Weather Day. That is going to be the best chance for folks to be impacted by these showers and storms. I think there's just going to be a little bit more activity out there, slightly higher rain chance because the coverage will be higher. And then there's also the potential for some severe storms. A level 1 out of 5 for all of the areas that you see highlighted, pretty much along and north of I-20, but you can see that yellow to the south. That is a slightly higher risk. That's level 2, but the risks are the same here. Winds gusting 60 miles per hour, could see some small hail, heavy downpours, and much like with the storms that we're seeing out there this evening, there will be a lot of lightning embedded in some of these stronger thunderstorms. So if you do have outdoor plans tomorrow, don't cancel them. I'm not canceling mine. Just make sure that if you have a way to get alerted to when those storms are kind of moving in so that you can duck in and then get back out, because this isn't an all-weekend event. This isn't an all-day situation. This is just the run-of-the-mill thunderstorms that will push through the region. Here's what I mean by that. Heading out to church Sunday morning, we're in the lower 70s across most of the region, even the upper 60s in the mountains. We climb into the upper 80s as we push into the afternoon, but still fairly dry at around 11, 12 o'clock. We'll start to see these showers and storms build in as we get closer to 2, 3, but you see how the best chance for storms will be along and south of the I-20 corridor. Can't rule out some of that making its way into the perimeter, but the bigger chance for showers and storms looks to be south of I-20, and that pushes out quickly. I think the second half of your Sunday fun day is looking pretty sweet, and we trend drier as we head through the overnight hours. We'll get a northerly breeze on the back end of that cold front, and that's not only going to drop the dew points as you head to work Monday, Tuesday, but it's also going to drop those morning temperatures, whereas we've been in the low 70s inside of the city, upper 60s outside. Those numbers are going to be upper 60s in the city, which means it's going to be low to mid 60s out in the suburbs. So I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when you're driving to work, if your window's rolled up, I'm looking at you funny, because it's going to feel amazing outside 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures trend into the upper 80s as far as the afternoons are concerned. So we've been on a streak of 90-plus degree days. I believe it's 17 or 18 days now in a row. So that's we call it a heat wave when you're 90 and above. But we've been hot for 3 weeks nearly. Thankfully, we'll see those numbers dip into the upper 80s, and although that may not seem like it's a big difference, the dew points are also dropping as well. So those upper 80s are going to feel fantastic. I have some PTO days built up, 14 of them to be exact. One of them may get spent next week because it's just going to be that nice outside. We'll bring back a few more clouds toward the end of the week and low in rain chances Thursday, Friday. But listen, once we get past this Sunday First Alert, it's pretty much all up from here. Alrighty, I know it's the weekend, y'all. I'm not going to hold you. I know y'all have places to go, people to see, things to do. Now you know what you need to know. If you're getting out and about this evening, of course, we are going to be tracking some of these showers and storms that will make their way into the metro. They should weaken at that point, but still produce heavy rain, still some lightning, and probably still some 30, 40 miles per hour wind gusts embedded in those stronger storms. So something we'll be watching in the First Alert Weather Center. You, too, can have access to all of that information. Live look at radar on our app and all of our updates on the app. And then, of course, I keep telling you, I live my life. Hold on. I need you to see me when I say this. I live my life by the First Alert Weather app and knowing whenever those, wait, where'd I go? Bam. Knowing whenever those alerts are going to come through as far as, hey, the lightning is 10.8 miles away from you, heavy rain in your neighborhood, in your location. This is basically based off of geolocation. It sees where you are, and if a lightning strike flickers and it's 8.6 miles away, we're going to say 8.6 miles away, and you can move inside and then get back out once it passes. All righty, so that's all I had to say. Here's that 7-day forecast. Of course, if you wanted a last look at that, there's also the tropics that we're monitoring Hurricane Ernesto. We're going to have an update on Hurricane Ernesto tonight on Peachtree TV at 10. And Fred's going to have a last look at 11 on Atlanta News First. So y'all have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. Enjoy your payday money. And I'll see you in about an hour and 45 minutes.
I saw the note earlier. I saw it up there. I didn't know if something happened. Oh, the stream button's still on.